only the guy that do the swamp. I've been doing it all my life. I fish and hunt. In fact, I know more about it than I know about anything else. And that's how I got involved with CSCD. I help them. I take care of the swamp, take care of the platform where tourists come to view the swamp from all over the place. And I also document all the animals that's returning, what's returning, when it returned, and how strong it's becoming, and documenting the fish that's coming back. We are getting some species back into the wetlands that actually are freshwater species, so that means the acidity levels, the salt salinity level is going down. I'm not a scientist. I'm mainly a tree hugger. I'm a person that loves the environment, loves the woods, loves the mountains, the streams. Of course, we don't have mountains here, but I love them all, you know. So we are trying to put all this back together. We are trying to get our place back together and, you know, make it more comfortable to live and make it less dangerous from storms and hurricanes and things like that.
That's one of my sanctuaries. I mean, you could go up there, and I guarantee you that it's going to ease your mind. That platform back there gives the community a chance to see the beautiful bayou back there. When I was a kid, I mean, those stumps that you see in that bayou was huge cypress trees that you could actually, not easily, but you could walk from one side to the other. It had pockets of water. Until now, it's almost totally destroyed. You know, so we used to go fishing back there. We used to go crabbing back there, trapping. And believe it or not, it had alligators back there. A lot of snakes, and it still have a lot of snakes. We just cleared out the area so you could see them before they see you, in a sense, but it was something that always been a strong part of this community.
I have 20 grandchildren. I have 24 great-grandchildren. From all ages, start from 2 months old back to 18. Great-grandchildren. My kids is my life. My grandchildren, I'm proud to be here to make 86 and can look back and see my grandchildren and great-grandchildren that is on the problem now. And I hope that all of them survive and try to be in school and be educated to survive on their own, not wait on mama or daddy, wait on their own pocket.
When you look at Bayou Bienvenue right now, when you look over here, and when you turn around, what do you see out there?
Dead trees.
Dead trees, and what else?
Dirty water.
Dirty water. Do you think it's important to restore the trees that were once here? The trees were here first, huh? Hundreds of years ago, right?
Hundreds of years?
Hundreds of years ago.
You know, right now this community is a suburb of Greater St. Bernard Parish, and you know, well, hopefully that will change with the with the new grocery store that's going to open up on Claiborne and St. Bernard Avenue, the Circle, and a couple of other things. But you know, right now people are just trying to figure out. You know, the big question that we get asked as people come back is, where am I going to send my children to school? That's the big thing.
We are fighting so many battles. When you have not given proper money to the people to rebuild their homes back into the community, it's hard to talk about we're going to fight for coastal restoration a fight for the Bayou when we still fighting to try to get a house back. You know, I've spoke with so many people that say they want to living in Texas or wherever that want to come home, but there's no home to come back to now because there's nothing here to hold them. We lost 5 elementary schools in this area. We have 1 back. That's only through civil disobedience. So if you're raising a family, you can't come back here.
A lot of doors have to be pointed out to the youngsters, and in some cases I think you have to open the doors for them, let them know that you can step in and go out there and try. If they're going to spend $50 billion, that's a lot of money. A lot of jobs that's going to be created.
You think it's important to save the wildlife that are over there?
Oh,
Why?
Because it's like a food chain. If we don't save the plant life that's over there, there won't be any wildlife, which means the humans will go extinct too.
And how do you have so much knowledge about this area? You read about this in books?
Me and my mom used to come here when I was a kid.
It's something that we should have done a long time ago, but it's better late than never. And without it, and I didn't know this, but now I know it, our first defense is our coast being up to par. And when it's not, we take a big impact every time we have a hurricane. So for that reason alone, I think it's hugely important. But to create a better environment in your community, I think it's always a great thing.
$15 years ago, they wasn't doing much of nothing to stop it. It was just a shortcut from the Industrial Canal to the Gulf of Mexico for the ships to come up. I just thought that it was people were taking advantage of a situation to feather their own cap. They didn't care about what we lost. If MRGO was not there, invested in '65, we would not have had the damage that we got, I believe. That's my personal belief.
After they closed up the Mississippi River Gulf outlet, the acidity levels changed on its own, so it even proved up more that it was the demise of the wetland, the Mississippi River Gulf outlet, when they dug it and they opened it up in '65. Now this thing here is something that's not supposed to be. This is a piece of cypress with barnacles on it. And I don't guess you know what I mean when I say not supposed to be. This is a piece of cypress with barnacles on it, so that meant that this piece of wood, this tree that this wood came off, would kill from saltwater intrusion. The barnacles is a saltwater species, and the tree itself grows in fresh water. So this means that the reason why that tree died, saltwater intrusion. And all these little seams and cuts you see in this piece of wood is from a wood worm that only in saltwater.
Whose responsibility is it to protect this bayou? Whose responsibility is it? The people? Which people? The people in Lower Nine. And where do we live?
In the Lower Nine.
So what does that mean?
We should be protecting the swamps and making sure it's well cared for.
So you got to look at, when we're talking about restoring something or bringing something back, putting it back to a restoration, to a level it was before, then the people of that area should be a part of that meaning they should also be restored. You can understand what I'm saying?
The people that would have been a contractor, they done did the work and got the money and they gone. That hurt the people that really lived here, that had the promotion to do these kind of things, but they didn't have the opportunity to walk in at City Hall and say, well, I'm here, give us the job. They didn't do that. They let everything come in out the blue sky, even down from overseas, take over with our spot. That's not fair to our people that really trying to survive.
One of the things I think should be is to make sure that the people of the community that's been damaged, that the monies are not given to companies or people that don't live in those communities. And I don't think anybody's trying to get rich. I think people are just trying to be a part of making sure that the economics of this restoration is in the community.
I'm 62 years old. Next month I make 63. So, like I said, I was born and raised down here. Most of the people that were down here of my age know. It's just that we need to educate these younger people around here about this here. It's really important to that because, you know, it's just, it's like saying, give up on life because of natural disasters, and now, you know, we're not going to never be beyond that.
The night wall was a marsh before it was developed. It was a swamp, just like the Bayou Bienvenue Triangle is, you see. So, but we put levers around and we pump the water out. And to stop the water from coming back in, that's the levee. So if the levee would disappear, the water would be back where actually nature intended it to be. We decide we want to move closer to the water, or close to the river, close to the lakes, close to the bayous, close to the canals, because it's beautiful, you can fish, and you know, it's all nice. But it don't realize that if we don't protect ourselves from Mother Nature will take over again. You know, our human beings, the tendency we have is to try to outdo Mother Nature. We don't try to live with nature, we try to outdo nature. And that's a mistake that we're going to always suffer from. You know, we can't outdo nature because nature is part of God, and you can't outdo God.
Hurricane Bessie, well, that wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad. But Katrina, it was bad. It did a plenty damage here to Low Night. We went through hell in Low Night for the water and for the condition of the weather, and then we wasn't allowed in here to see about our own property. After storm, I went through hell. You go to these places to sleep, they throw you a sheet and some kind of mattress, and you could feel the mattress on the floor you better than you could in the bed. I mean, you're talking about a graveyard. You've been out here in the storm, you've been in the graveyard. No surviving.
The Lower Ninth Ward will not be like it was prior to Katrina, prior to Betsy, okay? Because the only constant in the nature of things is change. Betsy and Katrina changed things down here. Follow what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to get used to the idea that you can't bring this place back the way it was. Now, you have to use some imagination, some creativity, and bring it to the point where you want it, where you're satisfied with it, where the community is satisfied with it. So this is a community endeavor. Secondly, the people of this community must be willing to embrace other people coming in. Young entrepreneurs, young educated people. We must be able to embrace those folks. Bring those in. So to some extent, we're going to have to open our arms to lots of people, lots of new people. Because so many of the older people have already died out. You know, they're gone.
I've been dealing with this place since I was a little bitty boy. Fishing, hunting, playing around, catching turtles, catching goldfish. Died out. Saltwater intrusion, you know. But it's still a nice place to be. Everybody that comes up here think it's so wonderful. They should have seen it when it was like it was supposed to be. Before they let that salt up in here through by cutting the Mr. Go across Bayou Bienvenue. All I want to do is see it get like it used to be, or see it start anyway. I mean, being my age, I don't know if I'd ever see it back like it was, but at least the kids and the younger people will see something like this and know we tried to keep this up. I hope to see this thing started anyway. Processes of planting trees and everything started. I know them youngsters will keep it going, but starting is the problem.
I would like to see a better swamp with new trees, better cared for, and fishes that have already been eaten in the trash rather than thrown around.
Very good. Any other ideas about what they would like to see when you come back to this bayou? Imagine right now, how old are you guys? 6, 12, 10.
7, 6.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine 10 years from now when you'll be like 22 years old and you'll come back to this area? What do you want to see in this area when you come back? What do you want to see when you come back here?
No bees.
You want to see a snake?
No.
You want to go find a snake with me?
Yeah.
Okay, come on, let's go find a snake. Don't fall. Come on, you got it?
Can't drink.
What you think? Should we take it in the water? You want to go pet the alligators? Okay, let's go see the alligator real quick. I thought you said you weren't scared. Would you swim in here? Why not? It's dirty. What is this dirt? What do you see down there? What's in there?
Those are tadpoles.
What's in there? What is it?
I see baby tadpoles inside that area. Y'all see? Look at that fish. Y'all see a snake? I see baby fish. What fish?
Okay, I'm gonna put you
look at the baby fish here.